Salesforce Marketing Cloud is an increasingly popular option for organizations, especially ones that are trying to scale up from maybe a lightweight or simple marketing automation technology. Do you see any common mistakes or misunderstandings? And is there anything that you feel that they should really know before they approach Marketing Cloud?
Yeah, well, Salesforce Marketing Cloud is one of the most advanced B2C marketing automation tools out there. It integrates with other Salesforce products, and it's really like the big leagues of marketing automation. And enterprises, mostly around in the e-commerce field, that want to work with Marketing Cloud, with marketing automation, they demand like the best features, the best functions of a marketing automation tool, but also the flexibility. So Marketing Cloud needs to be able to connect with other systems than only Salesforce. So what you see is that Marketing Cloud is really powerful, but then again, it's also really flexible. But to be able to work then with Marketing Cloud, you also need to have a specific skill set to make sure you can really get the most out of Marketing Cloud. So it's less what you see is what you get, but it's more, okay, for instance, I need to personalize my emails. Marketing Cloud has a personalization script, mscript, or you want to get out data from a third-party system. You can then run SQL queries to modify the data and create your audiences. So what I really see is that people swifting from a Mailchimp or an active campaign that are growing as a business and they want to go to Marketing Cloud. That is it's a different ballgame.
Right. So do you think that then that people are coming sometimes with the conception that it's a bit like Mailchimp with more features, and that's a mistaken way of looking at it?
Yeah, absolutely. What you see is that, for instance, in an active campaign or in a Mailchimp, you see that the email marketers are sort of doing all of the work in the tool. So they're setting up their campaigns, they're setting up the emails, they're setting up their UTM tagging. But if you go to a Marketing Cloud, where it's more on an enterprise level, you see that there are more roles are coming up. There could be like a data scientist that is needed, or you need an email developer that needs to work with mscript, that's the personalization script of Marketing Cloud. So you see that if you're switching to Marketing Cloud, more roles are needed.
Do you see organizations get into any difficulties then when they first approach the system? Do you think that they come in and they're like, okay, we need slightly more sophisticated email marketing than we had, and so we'll just get Salesforce Marketing Cloud and we're good to go? And if they're doing that in that way, what different attitude do you think they need to have in order to be more successful with it?
It's not a what you see is what you get environment Marketing Cloud. So I think that companies really should think of, okay, what are all of the activities that are needed to put an omni-channel marketing automation journey that integrates with multiple systems. Companies need to look at, okay, what type of role do I need? Do I need a data scientist? Do I need a front-end developer, a back-end developer? And I think that is the first good step to take for companies to see, okay, this is Marketing Cloud, what kind of activities are there? And then I should look at, okay, is my current email marketing, my email marketer, does that person has all of the qualities needed to work with Marketing Cloud?
So is it fair to say then that the more low level or simple marketing automation toolkits are really out of the box tools for sending emails and targeting emails, whereas Marketing Cloud is more of a toolkit where you have to build your own system and integrate it with existing databases and content sources, for example? So there's a lot more build needed up front, for example.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's more development heavy. It's because it's so flexible. You need to have an understanding of all of the personalization language or the data modeling language that are available in Marketing Cloud. And that's something you really need to understand to get your journeys up and running.
Okay, so if you're building a team to get the most out of this, developers are necessary to set it up, but do you see development as part of an ongoing role as well?
Yeah, I see that as an ongoing role, but because Marketing Cloud integrates with a lot of different systems, I would also definitely look at like an architect, a solution architect role, a person who understands other systems and how other systems integrates with each other. And then mostly what you're also going to use are API calls. So a solution architect who has an understanding of that. Besides that, you have your Marketing Cloud developers that have a really good understanding on what Marketing Cloud can do, and they have to need to know the tech stuff, so AMP script, SQL queries, but also configuration. And what also could be a really interesting role is, of course, a campaign manager or the product owner, CRM, the person who's going to decide, okay, what is our focus? What are we going to build? And why are we going to build it? And to make sure there is a good process of all of these activities, a Scrum team or working agile is also very important.
Okay, so this basically it's a serious tool for serious projects, but delivers a lot of functionality. Do you then, if someone was keen to do this, but they're like, okay, we're not going to be able to get there on day one. We want to get there gradually, and over time, if we get more value from it, we can build a larger team. What's a way to bridge that gap for an organization that maybe wants to use it and definitely wants to do something more than Mailchimp, but doesn't have the whole team or resources in place to do it?
Yeah, I would then strongly advise that company to start off with a small team, but an experienced team. So definitely maybe a solution architect or a developer, Marketing Cloud developer who has experience with working with Marketing Cloud, but also integrating with other systems. And then besides that, also a campaign manager or a product owner, CRM, who has experience working agile, and together they can then determine, okay, this is what we want to build, and then the solution architect is able to build it. And then instead of thinking of what kind of journeys we need to build, I would advise them to focus on the automated journeys that will increase revenue automatically. So for instance, an abandoned cart journey or an abandoned browse journey or birthday journey, those type of journeys, they generate revenue automatically. Okay. And when those kind of journeys has been set up, then the team can think of, okay, we are generating revenue. Are we able to increase our team or add someone to the team? And then you can, from that on, you can look, okay, do we need a backend developer or do we maybe not need a front-end developer?
Okay, that's smart. It also makes sense from a content creation point of view, because often with CRM and email marketing, there's a desire to put out large numbers of outbound marketing emails with interesting content, which is a wonderful thing, but content creation is a expensive and time-consuming thing to do if you want to do, especially if you want to do it at high quality. Whereas things like abandoned cart can use existing content as well, so you'll be able to get more value from the system without having to put in this extra manual content creation and work. And once you have that running, the system is creating value. It's starting to pay for itself. You're getting used to it. It's generating data, so everyone's willing to work within it. And at that point, you can say, okay, now we can start to extend it, and we can put more emphasis on, say, manual emails targeting certain people with content.
Absolutely, yeah. Besides the product owner and the solution architect, the Salesforce Marketing Cloud solution architect, the front-end developer is also, of course, necessary to create emails. But by focusing on those kind of journeys, you don't need a front-end developer that much, because what you said, the content's already there.
Yeah, it also helps from a market adoption, because also typically if you're creating a tool like this and you're rolling it out to multiple markets, you'll need the local teams to be involved. They often have very limited time, especially not only just to run the tool, but also to learn the tool. So if you can automate a lot of this for them and simplify it, then they're going to start using it in all of these countries, their markets, sooner. And once they're using it and they see value from it, then people are more likely to incline to say, okay, that's interesting. It's working for us now. How can we get a bit more out of it? So in a sense, you're saying pick a couple of the areas where you know you're going to get success with a small amount of development work and a small amount of content work first.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and of course you can also use an agency to do some of the development if you don't have those skills as well.
Yeah, no, it's well known that like Salesforce Marketing Cloud expertise in the Netherlands, for instance, is really scarce. So yeah, it's a good idea to look at an agency and get that knowledge, because they had several use cases, and they have some of them have, of course, a lot of experience working with Marketing Cloud, and an agency can really help you adopt Marketing Cloud in your organization. Agency can train your team, work with Marketing Cloud. So it will be an investment in the beginning, but you will be, yeah, your experience with Marketing Cloud as a company will also increase.
Yeah, of course. And also just if you're working with people who've already done implementations, then they run into, as you say, it's a very flexible system. It's really a toolkit. So any system like that, once you've done it a few times, you learn effective and efficient ways to do things. So bringing that knowledge also is really, can save making one or two mistakes, which are easily fixed, but it still saves a bit of time and money as well.
Yeah, absolutely.